Hello fans of Marvel heroes and friends of my channel, my name is Wilfred and welcome to this special episode on the upcoming Infinity System 1.1b discussion. Ever since the post is out in Gazillion's forum, quite a number of you messaged me through YouTube and Steam asking me if I could take a look at the new update to the Infinity System and what are my thoughts on it. More than happy to do so for you. To recap, about a month ago, we have the biggest update ever. Suffice to say, a lot of us are not a big fan of the Infinity System for various reasons. I think one main reason is that this system, as of today, discriminates against certain archetype. Fighting and energy hero, as of now, is being disadvantaged. You have to trade off between the crit chance and brutal chance versus the attribute that we could have collect had we not be fighting and energy hero. So to address that, and it's good news that Gazillion recognized some shortfall in the Infinity System, is that they dropped the whole round robin philosophy. Now we are free. We will be free to allocate a pawn in whichever way that we want. So that's good news. But the not so good news is that they heavily incentivize us to at least put 150 pawns in each of the terms. What it really means is that if you are having say 900 infinity pawn and below, then you probably have got to just spread them out accordingly to earn all this mastery buff. But of course, if you are beyond that number, then things may not matter that much in a way. So I think to summarize, what happened is that as of now, energy and fighting hero is the worst archetype. But moving forward, if everything stays as it is 1.1b, then intelligence and strength is a worse archetype. Why? Because they've moved the crit chance and brutal chance out from fighting and energy into intelligence and strength for some reason beyond me. And if you look at the whole new system, energy and speed actually is one of the best archetype because the opportunity cost of picking the attribute over those low-hanging fruits are actually better in a sense. And in fact, energy and others are the second best. Now, what I really mean by that, in the best case scenario, say you are energy and speed, you would be able to allocate 150 points on every node that you have there. Say you have 900 infinity points. In doing so, you earned all the mastery buff that you have because you have fulfilled 150 points at least on each of one of the node, which is kind of nice. Each mastery at 150 will give you another +1 to all attributes. So that's really nice. Together with the crit chance, the brutal chance, and also plus attribute that's relevant to your archetype. So that is really good news. If you are a energy speed heroes, or at least you are not an intelligence and strength hero. The worst case scenario is that if you are an intelligence and strength hero, you have to make a trade-off here. What you could do is that you could pick the crit, you can pick the brutal node, and then after that you stack your attribute on top, but you lose 2 of the mastery gems because you still want to hold the other 2, 150. So then you have to make a trade-off. Either A, you lose the +2 to attribute and also ultimate cooldown reduction, lose the very nice dash power buff, right? So that is you lose the mastery buff from not putting points into 2 of the gems because you want to shift that into the attribute that matter, which is the strength and intelligence. Or you can say that, well, if I don't stack those attributes onto strength and intelligence, I could actually redistribute everything back to the other 2 gems, making sure that I gain the mastery. But then by doing so, by gaining the ultimate cooldown reduction, by gaining the dash power buff, then you lose at least 8 attributes to all the archetypes, to the archetypes attribute that is relevant to you, assuming that you have 1,000 infinity points and so on. So it is a heavy trade-off in some sense. I think most likely I would not want to lose my attribute that much. I'll actually choose to lose +2 to all attribute and ultimate reduction, cooldown reduction, and dash power, which is a bit unfortunate because a good system should not discriminate an archetype, hero archetype. You make some hero just doesn't look good. All right. So now let's take a look at the gem mastery, and I ranked it for you as well to give you some idea how my thought is when it comes to gem mastery. how it works is that mine is the blue one, by the way, intelligence. So if you put in 50 points there, when you crit, you regenerate 0.25% of your maximum health, which is kind of nice because as you go for end game, you crit probably quite often, and you can get a bit of health regen. Not only that, your cost reduction is from the intelligence as well, which is fine because in any case you put in, as you will see later, because this gem buff the crit chance, so you will gain all these 150 points anyway, and on top of that you get a +1 to all attribute. All right, power is strength. Power is that also pretty decent, right? I'm not that into the ultimate power 20% higher crit chance kind of thing because you don't pop ultimate that often. But signature is kind of nice as well because it gives you a higher brutal chance. At least one power get buff 10% higher brutal chance. It's kind of nice. It's not the best, but it's nice. If you look at the other two, the reality and soul gem wise, if you look at reality gem, use a med kit, reduce cooldown ultimate by 3 seconds, and so on. Use a signature, reduce the cooldown of ultimate by 6 seconds. Now, what it really means is that every 1 minute, assuming that you keep popping the signature, you actually shave off 6 seconds of your ultimate. So within the 10 minute window, you probably would shave off 1 minute out from it just by the mathematics of it. Of course, give and take here and there. Some signatures doesn't really fall at the 30-second kind of thing. So that's kind of nice in a way. You don't need to do anything. You just keep popping your signature, you get it. So it's kind of 2-star to me. The soul gem though is that when you fall below a 30% kind of health, you trigger your med kit without activating its cooldown. It's kind of nice in a way. You kind of get a free heal every 60 seconds if you kind of like in deep trouble, and also increase your med kit by 10%. It's also not that bad. I mean, these are pretty decent things as well. If you look at the other two gem mastery, your med kit costs you to take 10% less damage. It's very nice. I kind of said a little bit though, you'll see in a little bit later that, the damage reduction actually is very, very important. But now it's no longer a flat damage reduction. It becomes like, only for 5 seconds. So it is like a 2-star for me. And also 100 point, 1%. What is 1% really? 1% anyhow. Then time gem is that whenever you use a med kit, reset cooldown of your dash power. It's really nice because usually you use a med kit when you're in deep trouble. And if you get another dash power out from it, so you can just jump out from that. So it's really nice. And also, it add an additional charge to the dash power. So if you're playing rogue, you got 5 charges. You add another charges, 6 charges. 6 charges, then plus all this med kit in between, they can just jump around like more or less like before. So this like my 3-star kind of thing. But I think in short, what I would like to sort of leave home here for you to think about is that all these gem mastery, whether it's 1-star, 2-star, or 3-star, they are nice because of the +1 to attribute. Enough said, 150 points earn you another +1 to attribute, all attribute. So that would be +2 to the power that is relevant to you. That would mean that 8% damage increase. So it is nice. All the gem mastery are very nice. It would be very hard to sort of like drop any of those things, right? So that's why I said, in a way, they sort of like, they let you to assign a point anyhow you like, but that is provided that you are above 900 infinity point and beyond, then you can benefit from that design philosophy. Otherwise, you still need to collect your gem mastery as a priority, I think, right? Now, if you look at if you take a look at the individual gem, and why I say that some gems are better than others is as such. Mind gem, which is the intelligent gem, crit chance is a must. It's a no-brainer because they have now they sort of like make your crit and brutal kind of lower than before. So you have to find ways to increase that, and the infinity system is one way to increase it. But unfortunately, that compete with the intelligence attribute. So like I said before, if you are intelligence hero, then you have to kind of make trade-off. Do you want to stack onto here? Then you lose the gem mastery somewhere else. Or, then you say, well, I don't take the intelligence, which kind of like, why would you want to do that, right? So another one, power gem, also very nice, strength and brutal chance. Again, same discussion as before. You have to make trade-off between the two. Or you stack this one and you lose one of the gem mastery. All right. Reality gem is actually very optional, So that's why energy hero is good. Now, whether I sort of like, gain a potential potent buff for 20 seconds after I use an ultimate, that is like a buff every 10 minutes or 9 minutes. I mean, really, does it really matter that much? Or I reduce the ultimate quota, I don't know how much you reduce for, or you do a signature damage. All these things are kind of nice to have as of today. They are very optional to me. So even if I put all the attribute here and without taking any of those 4, I'm actually quite fine with it. The opportunity loss is not as high as other things like crit chance, like brutal chance. All right. Next one also, soul gem is the fighting kind of like a gem. So this one also very nice to have because health on hit, health regen, those are very, very good stats for survivability. So if you are a fighting heroes, then you probably can't pick the 2. So again, it's opportunity cost and why I say energy and speed are the best. Right? If you look at space, in a way, defense and health are good to have. It depends on whether you are a defense kind of hero or not. If you don't have any defense, then maybe maximum health is something that it may be good for you. But these are good to have. Must I have? Well, I can do without. If I'm a durability hero, then probably I can do without. And then lastly, I mean the time gem is more for speed, but I think whether attack speed and movement speed are nice, good to have or must have or whatnot is debatable. Why? Because with the animation cancellation on paper, the attack speed will sort of like make the animation shorter as well. That's what I read from the forum or from the post. But by how much, they never really quite say in detail. So it could be debatable because if you can move a little bit faster, because this game slow down so much these days, moving and just walking or dashing, but with limitation, it just feels so slow. So move speed could be nice as well. So I mean, I think if you I think in short, if you are energy and speed hero, and you are not really losing a lot of opportunity. I think in my opinion, because you can then pick up the health on this size, or can pick up the health on hit, and those are nice things to have, like brutal chance and crit chance. All right, so I hope you have some idea of what to do, what may come. I welcome a lot of feedback and discussion here as well, because I mean these are just my thoughts. You may think otherwise and think that this is really excellent system and it kind of like fulfill all your heroes' need and whatnot, but it's just not quite right for me because it's still discrimination to some heroes, whereby I have to make certain trade-off like this one here, which I don't think is too right for a system like that. But well, I mean that's just my thought. I mean, how would I propose to for that is that all this gem mastery, I think it shouldn't be something that is tied to the gem itself, but either allow us to allocate, or you can automatically earn all these things somehow in some way, or let's pick from here, from here, let's pick which one we'd like to do. Once we hit 50 infinity point, which tier I want to open, and then, kind of thing, like you can just pick 50 here, 50 there, and stuff like that. Why not, right? I mean, why must it be so fixated onto the gem itself and make certain heroes look bad? So that is my thought, and I'll see you next time. All right, so bye.